Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo.
Satnam, welcome. Thank you once again so much for joining. Please take your seat, easy sitting pose, coming into the cross-legged position. And if we're sitting on that chair, then just have the soles of your feet flat on the ground. And for as long as you can, try to bring your lower back off that backrest so that our spine is going to support itself. Thank you. So we're waiting for a few more people, but we're going to have a recording and they can always catch that replay because I think we're going to get started. This evening is really about a practical evening. So we are going to speak a little bit, but really we want to share with you the tools, the techniques that have really influenced and really helped in our own lives. So for those of you who might not know who I am, my name is Norbert, Satnam, and my partner Jessy. And we're going to take you through a short series to warm the body up, meditation, some pranayama, breathing patterns. And then we're going to discuss stress, what it is, and of course, most of us know very personally what it is, but we'll talk about the different techniques that we've practiced over our journey. And then we're going to have a little break. And then, of course, we'll finish with a Kundalini Yoga class. So I hope everyone is seated comfortably. Relax the shoulders, the face, and bring your awareness to that breath. With that next inhale, really breathe into the navel point, that space just below the belly button, in at the core of the body. As you breathe into this space, we'll feel the belly start to push out a little bit, but hold the belly in, so don't push the belly out, don't exaggerate it. Feel the spine lengthen, and as you exhale, keep that length in your spine. Gently draw that belly back in. Feel the weight of your body settle evenly in the sitting bones. Continue like this to breathe long and deep into that navel point. And now Jessy will lead us through our warm-up exercises.
We wanted to move right away, so we're not just sitting and talking first. We've all probably been sitting enough for the day. So we wanted to move. So we're gonna move through. I teach Hatha, so it's a little more of a Hatha style that we're gonna move into, and then we'll move back into Kundalini afterwards. So you wanna find yourself coming onto your hands and knees, coming into that tabletop position. And find your center, find your space. So your knees are just underneath your hips and those wrists are just underneath the shoulders. And if you have those wrist problems, they don't want to work, you can always come up into fists and have your fists on the ground to relieve some of the tension from the wrist. Spread your fingers nice and wide, flip your toes, dig your toes into the ground and push into the finger pads and the outside of the palms of the hands. Let your head just gaze down towards the ground. And take some nice deep breaths here. Checking in with that head, making sure the chin is slightly tucked in, elongating the full spine, making sure we're not just sticking out the bum and rounding. So you want to kind of tuck the tailbone under. On your next inhale, we're going to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, move the chest, come in to cow, lifting the head. Then exhaling, rounding the spine, let the tailbone lead, push through the shoulders, push the floor away, exhale into cat. Inhale. Once again, lifting up and exhaling to round. And staying like this for about a minute, just moving with your breath, moving slowly. And starting to notice just how the body feels. Inhale to lengthen up, push the shoulders away from the ears, let the top of the head rise. And as you exhale, let that tailbone round first and round away. Push the floor, push the shoulders, expand through the back of the heart. Another 15 seconds. And your last full rotation of breath here. And on your next inhale, just letting that spine and that body come back into that neutral position. And if your wrists are a little bit tender, you can come back into child's pose to give a little bit of a relief as we go through. And just drop down maybe into child's pose anyways and take a few breaths here. If that forehead isn't touching the ground, stack the fists. Let the forehead rest on the fists. And just find yourself in now, in the moment. And just 3 more breaths here, long and deep, still connecting to that navel point. Relax the shoulders, the back of the neck. And on your next inhale, come back up into that tabletop position. We're going to go into pointer pose. This really checks in our balance and kind of stimulates the body to give us a little bit of heat generation. So just paying attention if you're off balance, how you feel in your everyday life. So we're going to begin with the right leg. So you're going to take that right leg and just extend it straight back. Keep your toes on the ground for now. And we're going to begin to just lift that leg straight up. Extend that leg behind you, flexing the foot, pushing out through the heel, and keep the knee and the toe pointing down towards the ground. And take that left hand and you can put it out on the ground in front of you to try to find your balance first, or you can lift it up, palm turns into the center, spread the fingers wide, breathe nice and deep, hold here. Don't let that lower back sink in, so make sure you're still pushing into the ground with the left knee, rounding the lower back slightly, and pulling that right knee in and down towards the ground. Keep stretching long. Inhale, reach out a little bit farther. Exhale, relax the hand down to the ground. Bring the knee back down. One centering breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, prepare the opposite side. Inhale, extend that left leg out behind you. Lift it off the ground, flex the foot, push out through the heel, toes and knee point down towards the ground. Don't lift them out. And begin to invite that right hand just to come forward to the ground to find the balance, or lift it up. And you can always, if this isn't working, you can always leave that toe and that hand on the ground. Keep breathing. Push the floor away by engaging the shoulder, keeping the elbow slightly bent. Stretch the body long. Inhale, reach one little bit farther if you'd like. Exhale, relax down. And drop back into child's pose, which means coming back, bringing your bum down towards your heels. You can always have a blanket or a pillow there. Letting that head down, come down. And again, you can always have those fists stacked with that forehead resting. And just staying here for another 30 seconds. Feeling the breath in the back as well as the belly, letting the breath fully move freely through the body. On your next inhale, letting your hands just come up onto the knees, let yourself rise up, bring the hands down to the ground. We're going to come up into the slow forward fold, pop over onto your feet. Bending knee squat. And slowly begin to just let your hands either use the ground to guide you up or grab your shins, your calves, knees, thighs. And keep those knees bent. And find a little bit of a relaxed forward fold first. Those hamstrings can be a little tight. Just find a little hang time. Keep the knees nice and bent even. Let the belly rest on the knees. We're going to inhale. We're going to straighten the legs if we like. And we're going to just lift the back up to a straight line, 90-degree angle, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale, that's flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees slightly as you inhale, very slowly. Let yourself roll up the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, starting to come up into a standing position. And finding our Tadasana, finding our mountain pose. This is a great pose for concentration in the morning. Very simple, but very powerful. Your feet can either be together or they can be slightly apart. Make sure your heels and toes are in line with one another. You want to make sure you're not hyperextending the legs, so have a slight bend in the knee, or you can feel the top of the shin just slightly pulling forward. Check in with the pelvis, make sure we're not slanting it back or tucking it too far forward. Find that midline. Lift up from the front of the belly, lift the shoulders up, roll them up and down the spine. Let the palms turn to face the front. Stretch through the fingers. And your eyes are open, ideally. And picking a spot on the wall or right in front of you and just allowing that gaze to stay there. And check in with the weight of the body here. The weight should melt evenly over the feet. We all have a tendency to sit back on the sides or the front. See if you can let that body weight melt evenly over the feet. And staying here for another 30 seconds. Inhale, pick the left foot up, take a nice side step, pick that left foot up and just step out to the side, nice and wide. Let your arms come out to make a T. Arms out straight beside you. You can even have, we're gonna do a forward fold here as well. So you have your legs nice and wide or a little bit closer together. It's always nice to inhale Lift up out of the waist, lift the diaphragm up. Exhale with a flat back, start to guide yourself forward. Pause at that midline. Exhale. Keep a micro bend in the knees, keep all the toes on the ground. Inhale and exhale, fold forward wherever you can. Hands can come onto the thighs, hands can come onto the ground, hands can come onto the ankles, hands can be on blocks. And just holding there, breathing deeply, always being aware if you get a little lightheaded, just take your time and come back up to that flat back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Keep the chin tucked in, eye stays down toward the ground. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Staying with your head down, you can reach your hands behind your back. Begin to interlace the fingers. Or you can reach down and grab onto the wrists or the forearms. And slowly allow those hands to just get heavy and pull down towards the ground. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, releasing the hands down to the legs, bend the knees. Let the hands come to the ground. Heel toe those legs together. Knees are nice and bent. Just a little bit. And slowly begin to roll up the spine. Inhaling all the way up. And exhale, come back into that Tadasana, into that mountain pose. Breathe consciously and see if this feels different now. And slowly, in your own way, allow yourself to come back down onto the ground into that easy sitting pose. And we're going to move through a very simple meditation technique that comes from Tendai Buddhist lineage. Barb, you'll recognize this one. And this is, we're going to do two of them together. And these are simple things that you can do every day that really clear your energy and center yourself. So one is dry brushing, and the other one is a soul cleansing meditation. So I'm going to explain the one. There's a little bit more action involved with the arms. They're repetitive, but I'll explain it first and then we'll do it together. So you're always moving with the breath with this meditation. To start with, your right hand comes up to your shoulder for the inhale. And you exhale and you make a diagonal line from the right shoulder down to the left hip. And you make sure that you want to hit, there's that little bit of a divot kind of at the top of the belly. You want to make sure you're kind of hitting that space, that solar plexus center, or the hara as well. So we do that 3 times on the right side. You're going to repeat that. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Right arm comes on top, palm, and then we begin the opposite side, left hand to right shoulder. Inhale, exhale down across the body. Again, inhale up to the shoulder, Exhale across the opposite hip, and one wide time, up and down. And then you repeat it again for a third time with that right hand to the right shoulder, across to the left hip, making sure you hit that space. Inhale to the top, exhale down, and inhale up, and exhale down. And keeping with the right hand, picking the right hand back up, coming to the top of the right shoulder, picking the left arm up in front of you. Inhale, you're gonna exhale, draw that energy line down the hand. Same thing, inhale to the top of the shoulder, exhale down the arm. Again, inhale to the top and exhale down, and then the opposite side. So left hand comes to the right shoulder, inhaling, exhaling all the way down the arm. Inhaling to the top, exhaling, drawing it down. And one final time, inhaling to the top and exhaling it down. And then you do it a third time. So right hand comes to the left, inhale, exhale down. Inhale to the top of the shoulder, exhale down. One final time, inhale, and then down. And then we're going to close with the meditation that you're just sitting with your palms facing up. And this is a soul purification. They're just sitting right in the, nestled in on top of the thighs. Fingers are together. They're always engaged, like so. And we're going to hold that, just do that for about 2 minutes for that final meditation piece. And the reason that it might feel like we're doing it uneven with the right, left, and then back to the right on both sides, it's because the left side of the body is our receiving crown. So you want to make sure that you're still clearing out that side a little bit extra after you engage with it from the opposite side. So we're going to do it, and it is a slow and a conscious movement as we do this together. So we're going to begin starting with the dry breathing or dry brushing. Okay, so how that goes is the first time we did, your left hand does rest on the leg, right hand rests on the right thigh. Allow your eyes to close. And connect to your breath. Breath is literally life. Connect to that sacred energy of the breath. Connect to that sacredness of life. And with a gentle inhale, invite that right hand to come up to the left shoulder. And as you exhale, let that whole exhale create that diagonal line down to the right hip. You can flick it off if you want to. Inhaling the right up to the right, left. Exhaling down to the right hip. And one final time, inhaling and exhaling. Letting that right hand come to the right knee. Inhaling, left hand up to the right shoulder. And exhale to drag that diagonal line, clearing the body. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling all the way down. One more, inhaling up. Exhaling fully. And repeating it with the right side again. Inhaling, right hand up to left shoulder. Exhaling, clearing. Inhaling fully. And exhaling fully. One final round of the diagonal. Your next inhale, that right hand comes to the outside of the left shoulder. Left hand rises with the arm. Inhale and exhale. Draw that line all the way down the arm, out the fingers. Again, inhaling up, outside of the shoulder, and exhale to drag the energy down and out. This clears the heart, clears the neck. One more time, inhale and exhaling. Opposite side, inhale, left hand comes to right shoulder, and exhale. And you can always give that little flick if you'd like. Inhale to the shoulder, exhale out. And one more. And the last round, right hand comes to left shoulder again. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Exhale. Let those palms flip up and come to rest on the up of the inner thigh. Fingers are all straight, fingers are together. And breathing here. Letting that breath fill the front and the back and all sides, engaging the full diaphragm. Allowing the breath to become its maximum capacity to also massage the organs. Relax the lower spine. Just another 15 seconds. Noticing any subtle shifts in the hands, in the belly, in the arms. And moving into a pranayama, a breathing pattern, taking the left hand, bringing the thumb and index finger to touch, the tips of the fingers touch, and just let it rest on that left knee. And taking your right hand, sticking your thumb out like a thumbs up, and extending the ring finger and the pinky finger out. And if that's not working for you, you can always just bring that ring finger in and kind of make that hang loose so your thumb and your pinky finger are out. Or you can, Norbert will show the other way, I think. So you can take your right hand and block your thumb to your right nostril and block that nostril. And begin to inhale into the left nostril. At the top of the inhale, you're going to switch. So you're going to block the left nostril and exhale out of the right. Inhale into the right nostril. Top of the inhale, you switch to block the right nostril and exhale out of the left. Inhale into the left. At the top of the inhale, switch to block that nostril and exhale out of the right. Inhale. Switch, block the right nostril, exhale. And continuing like this for another 4 minutes. If you lose the breath pattern, just restart. Or if you start to feel like you're not getting enough air, simply release the pattern, catch your breath, and begin again when you feel ready. Let that breath be long, slow, and deep. Just one more minute. Taking one full final round, ensuring your last exhale is out of the right. Once you complete, inhale and release. Bring both hands into that Gyan Mudra where your index and thumb tip are touching. Inhale fully in. Suspend the breath in. Hold it. Gently exhale. Suspend the breath out. Inhale. Suspend the breath in. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Exhale out. Suspend the breath out. And inhale. And exhale. Allow your breath to regulate. Give it time to find its new rhythm. And release the hands and gently allow yourself to come back, opening your eyes. And always checking in to see how you feel. How did you feel when you sat down tonight? And how do you feel now? We've been together for about 30 minutes. So just check in. The alternate nostril breathing is definitely one of the things that I have used the most frequently, probably since I've been introduced to it. It has been studied by a lot of medical professionals as well to look at the benefit that it does for your lung capacity and your heart rate and blood pressure. And it has a lot of benefit. You can find a lot of studies on it. And what it's doing as far as balancing the left and right side of the brain, balancing the body, and it's also giving you focus on your breath. So instead of feeling like you're trying to catch your breath when you're in that state of stress, you're actually making space for it and knowing that you're going to have another breath. So it's doing a lot of these subtle workings that you might not even be aware of for the parasympathetic system to come into play. It really helped me a lot when I was in a lot of anxiety and depression, like when I was in my early 20s. So that's definitely one that I think we both recommend.
Oh, definitely. And the real power behind that alternate nostril breath is that when we're breathing, we're supposed to be, the human form, we're supposed to be breathing through the nose. So if this is not something that you're aware of or used to, notice how you breathe throughout the day. The reason why this is so important is because that nervous system of ours, the subtle energetic channels of the body, are actually, as they are crisscrossing through that central vagus nervous system, the terminal point where it ends is at the root of the nose on either side. So if we're not breathing through the nose, that nervous system is not receiving any stimulation. And what tends to happen is that when we breathe through the mouth, the nervous system is stimulated in a different way. You may have noticed that if someone scares you, the first thing you do is take a sharp breath in and then you hold, because that's the body's reaction to move into that fight or flight response. It draws breath in and then it holds on to it so that we can figure out that next move. So when we're constantly breathing through that mouth, in a subtle way, we're triggering that response. And also in another sense, the body is actually drying out, because when we're breathing through that mouth, a lot of that moisture in the mouth is going to be exhaled and released like that. So all types of dental issues can happen. So we don't want to get too deep into it, but it's so powerful to breathe through that nose. And as we just experienced it, it has a very profound and very instant effect. Just a few minutes of that alternate nostril breath, and the body starts to balance and calm down. So, stress. I think we all know what stress is from that personal experience. We all know what it feels like. But I encourage us to kind of take a step back and look at stress for what it really is. And I want to make this comparison between stress and disease. Often when we see that word disease, we think is something that is an unhealthy person. That is what disease is. But the root word of disease is simply dis-ease. So we're in a state of not ease, negative ease, if you will. And stress is that absolute same thing, where the body is no longer in that comfortable state, but there's some type of tension, whether it's physical tension, mental tension, that psyche, the mind is so powerful of ours that nothing has to happen around us. We simply get a thought, and that thought starts to turn and move. The emotions get involved, and next thing you know, we're ready to fight someone. We're ready to freak out, all because we had a thought. And the thought gained so much energy that physically it started to manifest itself. So when we're stressed, we have this notion, especially in this Western society, that stress is a good thing. it's going to help us get through whatever challenges that we face, especially when if you remember when we were in school, they love to tell you that, you know, a little stress is going to help you. Not so. Obviously, when we get stressed to a certain point, it's going to push us to do something. When we feel the stress, the anxiety of that event coming up, then maybe we'll take steps to, you know, whatever it is that we need to complete or do to make that happen. But fundamentally, as soon as the body gets out of that balance, the physical body and the mind are no longer working at their optimum. Yes, we can still produce the task. Yes, we're going to get everything done. But what if we can approach that task in a very calm manner? Instead of just getting to it and say, getting everything finished quickly, when we approach it in a calm manner, what happens is that intuitive wisdom is automatically with us, that creativity of life. So when we're looking and we're ready to do something, if we're relaxed, answers and solutions that we're not even thinking of, we don't even anticipate the problem yet, but we can already feel that, you know what, maybe this is going to be a better way for us to handle it. All because we have that little bit of distance between doing something and understanding that, having the mind understand what it wants to do and physically doing something. If there's no space there, if there's no time in between, then there's no time for us to recognize if what we're doing is actually right or wrong. And so often we start to do something and we have to backtrack because we missed a step, or we realize that what we started off doing isn't even what we want. So it's that big lie that we were told, that we should feel stressed if we want to accomplish something. I want us to kind of just erase that from our mind, forget about it. Because when we're joyful, when we're very peaceful inside, that's when we are at our best. That's when the mind is clear and concise. So anytime we feel that this body of ours is starting to get tight, even from just sitting still while I'm talking, if you feel something starting to get tight in the body, do something about it. I don't have to tell you to stretch your legs out right now. Stretch them out, shake them out. If we want to move the spine, move the spine. And one of the best ways that we might have experienced just now, the fastest ways to release the stress, the tension in the body, is through that breath. Because that breath of ours is so intimately connected to that nervous system. When we start to breathe consciously, long and deep, which isn't always easy, but the more we practice it, the faster we can adjust that system of ours. So when we begin to breathe long and deep, automatically the system will start to relax. So responsibility. The key for this evening is we want to understand what our responsibility is with our own stress. Because often, especially if you're in a relationship or family, or you're at work, it's very easy to outsource stress, to say, I'm stressed out because so-and-so. This person said this person's a complete goof and he doesn't know what they're doing. And we let that excuse of what is happening around us create stress inside of us. And so this concept of responsibility, often we think of responsibility in terms of a moral issue. And that has its place, but for today, I want you to look at responsibility for what the word is. Both responsible and responsibility, if you take the word at the root, responsibility is response and ability, our ability to respond. Responsible is response and able, our ability again to respond. What does this mean? It means that we should be able to respond to anything because our response is not an action. Our response is simply our awareness, our consciousness, becoming aware that this is happening. You can respond emotionally. You can respond physically. You can choose not to respond, which is a response, right? But fundamentally, where we get mixed up is we attribute responsibility to that moral dilemma. Oh, that's not my responsibility. That's so-and-so's responsibility. But if we just take a little step back and we understand that if we take responsibility, especially for our own life, our own stress, what that means is that there's nothing outside of us that controls and affects the way we feel inside, which might be a little bit strange thing to say. But if you really look at it, no experience that we have is outside of ourself. Everything in life that we experience it inside. And so are you going to let someone else mix you up inside? No, absolutely not. What is happening inside of us should be 100% our control. What is happening outside, of course, that takes many people's participation, collaboration. We're not always going to get our way. But how we feel, what is going on inside, we should take 100% responsibility for it. And so what this means is not that we have to act every time, but we should become conscious every time. Anytime you feel something is off, whether it is a comment, some verbal, a physical thing that's happening, when you feel off in your environment, notice it. Because in that simple stage of noticing what's going on, we allow the mind, that intuitive wisdom, to start to filter through, to guide us how to respond, whether it's an action or something else. But often what we do is we just say, oh, that's not my responsibility. We leave it, but what happens is we take it with us. Even though we think we've passed off the blame to somebody else, how often do we go about talking about it after the fact and say, oh, so-and-so did this, and this is what happened because so-and-so did it. Every time we say this, we are encouraging, in a way, that mistake. Because if we would have simply taken our time, if we would have taken a little responsibility, we could have, more than likely, we could have had an influence in that situation, so the outcome would have been different. Not that we have to do everything ourselves, but so often a little encouragement goes a long way. When someone is extremely frustrated, it's amazing what a simple acknowledgement of that person how that can change them. So, the one thing that we really want you to take away today is that sense of responsibility. that we need to become responsible for the way we feel.
Yes. It is 8:20, so we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Wonderful. And when we come back, we'll
Yoga.
do some yoga.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So if we need to go to the bathroom, stretch the legs out, we're just going to
it's 8:20.
Pause.
Yeah. It's 8:21, so we'll come back at 8:30.
8:30. I won't waste our break talking, so we'll meet in a few minutes at 8:30. Seated comfortably, legs are crossed. Bring your awareness to your breath. With that next inhale, breathe into that navel point just below the belly button, in at the core of the body. Feel the lungs fill up, the spine lengthen, and then exhale. Gently draw the belly back in to push the air out. Feel yourself balanced in the sitting bones. Continue like this to breathe long and deep. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale, keep that length. Soften the shoulders, the face. Feel your weight balanced evenly in the sitting bones. Continue like this. The Kriya that we'll be doing this evening is called Kriya to remove stress and relax. It's a very gentle series to help open up these hips, the lower spine, to release some tension in the shoulders, the shoulder blades, so that our body can feel more at ease. In the tradition of Kundalini Yoga, before every class, we tune in with the Adi mantra, the primal or first mantra. And we chant Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo means that infinite vibration, I bow. Ong is that infinite vibration. Namo, I bow. Guru, that guide, that teacher within, the divine teacher within. Guru Dev Namo. So we're bowing to the wisdom within us and to the infinity around us. And as we chant this mantra, it helps to create a sensitivity and an awareness inside of us, so that as we move through our practice, we can really listen to that body so that we don't hurt ourselves. Continue to breathe long and deep into that navel point. The way that we chant this Adi mantra is we'll chant Om Namo. Take a short little sip through the mouth. Guru Dev Namo. And we'll chant this 3 times. With your next inhale, slowly drawing these palms together in front of the heart center. Now rub these palms together briskly. Keep stretching that spine tall. Really lift out of your hips. Stretch up. Rub, rub, rub. Create some heat. This helps to increase the circulation, energetically opens up the heart center. And now pulling these palms apart. Relax the shoulders, the face, and sensing the palms, the space in between, slowly moving these hands closer together, farther away. And just notice if you can feel a pressure, a force between the palms. Not worrying about it if we don't. Just continue to breathe long and deep into that navel point. And just notice what you do feel. Slowly now bring these palms back together again. The thumbs press into the sternum. Prayer pose. And we'll tune in with the Adi mantra. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. And we'll inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deep. Gently suspend the breath in, stretch the spine tall, keep the neck lock engaged, keeping the chin slightly down towards the neck. Stretch the spine up, tip of the tongue, press it to the upper palate, eyes focus, crown center, let this energy rise up. Gently exhale. Slowly relax the palms into the lap. Relax the shoulders, the face, and release the eye focus. If it feels all right, let these eyes focus up to the brow point. Eyes are closed, but the eyes are focused up evenly, not forcing it. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And remember, always listen to your body. If we need to stretch these legs out, stretch them out, shake them out. Our first exercise for the evening is called Ego Eradicator Pose. So we'll be using that breath of fire technique. Breath of fire is that continuous breathing technique where we pull the belly in sharply, that creates the exhale, and then right away we relax the belly, and that draws the breath back in. The only thing to note is that for the ladies, if you're on your moon cycle, the menstrual cycle, really just do a very light breath of fire, or just skip it and breathe long and deep, because that's a very accumulating, energizing breath. And that period is a very much a releasing phase. So if this pertains to you, just do it very lightly. Listen to your body. So that breath of fire, pull the belly in sharp, that will create the exhale, and then relax the belly immediately. Try to create a steady rhythm. To add to this, we'll take the fingers, bend them down onto the pads, spread the palm wide, so not a fist, but spread the palm wide, stick the thumbs out straight, extend these arms up in that V shape, adjust the wrists so that the thumbs point straight up now. Inhale, begin breath of fire. Very good. Keep up. If you start to lose the breath or you feel like you're building up, it just means that inhale and exhale are not the same length. So just release the breath of fire and then bring it back when we feel ready. Arms are straight. Pull out from the shoulders. Really stretch up. Keep up. 1 minute, that's it. Very good. Soften the face, the forehead. Keep the breath moving. If the arms are up, keep them straight. Pull out from the shoulders. Last few cycles. Inhale deep. Suspend the breath in. Slowly raise these arms up. Try to touch the thumb tips above the head. Exhale as they touch. Keep stretching up. Suspend the breath out. Stretch up. Inhale deep. Suspend that breath in. Stretch. Stretch. Exhale. Slowly extend the fingers. Release the arms down. Whatever feels good, do that. 1 minute. We can be still. You can stretch these legs out. But whatever you do, keep that awareness with your breath. Feel yourself breathe. Soften the shoulders, the face. Let yourself smile. Breathe from that navel point. Feel your breath there. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And stretch these legs out. Shake the legs out in front. So these legs are together, straight. We're going to bend that right knee and bring the foot into the thigh. We want to bring that heel as close to that perineum as it's comfortable, and that left leg is going to stay straight out. Really press through the heel, the toe mounds, flex the toes back towards you. As you inhale, feel that you can lengthen the spine up, lift out of the hips. Exhale, slowly start to hinge forward. Avoid rounding the upper spine. So it doesn't matter how far forward we fold. Just move until you feel that stretch. Breathe long and deep like this. The neck lock stays engaged. Neck lock is when we bring that chin slightly in towards the neck, a little bit down towards the chest. It creates a pressure in the neck to help regulate that blood pressure to the brain. So keep that neck lock engaged. Breathe long and deep like this. With each inhale, feel that you can really lengthen the spine, stretch out through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, engage that left foot, the extended leg, and really root. Feel the weight of your body in the sitting bones. Just allow gravity to pull you forward. About 1 more minute like this. Breathe long and deep from that navel point. If we can reach that big toe, squeeze the big toenail. That helps to release that sciatic nerve. Otherwise, the arms are just on the ground, on the sides, to help support that upper body. Last few breaths. And keep stretching now. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath in, gently stretch forward. Keep stretching now. Exhale. Press all the air out. Suspend the breath out, gently stretch. Inhale, slowly rise up. Slowly coming up. And extending that leg out, both legs extended out. Shake them out. And when we're ready, opposite side. So bringing that foot into the thigh, bringing that heel as close to that perineum as we can comfortably. That right leg is really strong, extended. Press through the heel, the toe mounds. Flex the toes back towards you. And as you inhale, lengthen the spine. And you exhale slowly from the hips. Start to hinge forward. Neck lock engaged. The hands can just come to the sides, giving us support. And breathe long and deep from that navel point. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, press out through that extended leg. Allow gravity to pull you forward. Very good. One more minute like this. Use the breath. Feel how the breath can deepen the stretch. Breathe into the navel point. And keep stretching now. Inhale deeply. Gently stretch forward. Suspend the breath in. Keep stretching now. Exhale. Press all the air out. Suspend the breath out. Gently stretch. Inhale. Slowly rise up. Both legs extended out. Shake them out. Opposite side. So once again, bending that right knee, foot comes into the thigh, heel into the perineum. That left leg is extended again. And this time, we're going to inhale to lengthen that spine. The left arm is going to reach towards the toes. That right hand is going to come onto your lower back. So the palm, fingers point down, the palm of your hand, place it onto the low back, the sacrum, that triangular bone at the base, and start to look over that right shoulder. Once you feel like you can't twist anymore, inhale, lengthen the spine more, and then start to exhale, leaning forward towards that extended leg. So we're twisting as much as it feels right. Inhale for length, and as you exhale, just allow yourself to hinge forward. Breathe long and deep like this. Very good. And find that balance between really twisting to the maximum. And once we've twisted, allow yourself to hinge forward. Very good. 1 minute, 30 seconds like this. Breathe into that navel point. And once again, if the fingers reach the big toe, squeeze that big toenail. And with an inhale, slowly start to lift the body up. And once you're all the way to the center, then start to untwist yourself, extending both legs out. Shake the legs out. And one more time for the opposite side. That left leg comes into the thigh. Right leg is straight. As we inhale, really lengthen the spine. Start to reach that right arm towards the toes. Start to twist the spine. Bringing that left hand onto the base of the spine. And once we're here, taking a few breaths. Inhale to really lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting a bit more. And once we've reached that maximum twist, inhale for length. And then the exhale, start to hinge forward. Very good. Breathe long and deep. Feel that breath at your navel point. One more minute. And with an inhale, slowly start to lift yourself up. Once you're all the way up, start to untwist the spine, extending both legs out in front. Shake the legs out. And slowly we'll come back, easy sitting pose. In easy sitting pose, we're going to bring the hands onto the shins, the ankles, and we want to press down. So don't pull. We want to lean forward a little bit and press, and we'll begin spinal flex. As we inhale, the hips will slightly tilt forward, lower back arches. Exhale gently, opposite way, rounding the lower back. Inhale, exhale. Breathe into that navel point and let that breath guide the movement. It doesn't matter if it's a very subtle movement, as long as you can feel that the pelvis is tilting a little bit and that lower spine has some movement. One more minute. Inhale to the center now. Suspend the breath in, neck lock engage, stretch the spine up, stretch up, exhale, relax. And slowly come to lie down on your back. Sure. Yeah. Lying down on our back. The legs are together. Arms are nice and long by the sides. And we're going to come into kind of like a brain strengthening activity. So we're going to be moving that right knee. You're going to bend the right knee into your chest as you lift your left arm all the way over to your head so it's along the ground. And then extend the leg and the arm all the way back down. Inhale, opposite side, bend the knee, lift the arm up. Exhale, extend the leg, bring that arm down. Very good. Keep up at your own pace now. It doesn't have to be a very fast movement, but really coordinate the two halves of your body. Opposite leg and arm are moving, and that arm is stretching all the way over the head, above the head. Very good. 1 minute, 30 seconds more. As you move, breathe into that navel point. Feel how that navel point helps to guide the movement. One minute. Last few cycles. And finish the cycle that you're on. Allow yourself to relax on the back. If the low back is a little tight, you can bend the knees, place the soles of your feet onto the mat, maybe even moving the knees side to side like a windshield wiper, just gently releasing that low spine. Whatever feels good, do that. 1 minute, just allow yourself to relax, but keep your awareness with your breath. Breathe consciously. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Take your time. Slowly rise up. Tabletop pose on the hands and knees. So making sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are hip distance apart underneath the hips. Bring the tops of your feet flat so the toenails touch the mat, and just bring your toes, your heels together. This will put a special pressure at the base of the spine. We're going to begin spinal flex in that cat-cow posture. As you inhale, let the belly drop, lift the chest up, lift the head up. Exhale, gently round the spine, press into the palms, round the spine. Continue like this. Breathe into that navel point and let that breath guide the movement, moving the whole spine from the base all the way to the top. at your own pace. We can move very slowly, consciously, or if the spine is getting loose and we're getting warmed up, we can begin to breathe more powerfully. Let that breath guide the movement. Listen to your body. Last few cycles. Inhale up, stretch the spine, arch up. Exhale, gently release. Bring the knees close together and gently press your hips back into that child's pose. If the knees are a little uncomfortable, we can always put a pillow blanket on top of the heels. And as you allow your chest to come forward, make sure your forehead rests on something, whether it's the mat, a fist, two fists. And if it feels all right, allow your arms to come alongside you, palms face up. But whatever feels best, arms can stay in the front. Breathe long and deep like this. Let yourself relax. Gently inhale, exhale, and with an inhale, slowly start to rise up. Easy sitting pose. And bringing those fingers onto the shoulders, hands onto the shoulders. The fingers are in the front, thumbs are in the back. And these elbows have to stay up in line with the shoulders. Don't let them drop down. This will protect the spine. Spinal twist. Inhale left, exhale right. Very good. And if the legs are getting really tight and we need to stretch these legs out, just stretch them out, really keep them active, keep them together, straight. And we can also do that spinal twist like that. As you twist, turn the neck as well, so look towards the direction you're twisting. Even if those eyes are closed, move the neck as well. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Very good. Don't force it. Just move the body as it's comfortable, side to side. Inhale left, exhale to the right. Stretch the spine tall. Elbows stay lifted. Just a few more twists. Very good. Breathe into that navel point. Last few cycles. Elbows up if we're still twisting. Inhale to the center now. Stretch the spine. Stretch. Exhale, relax. Shake it out. Shake out those shoulders. And allow yourself to be still. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And slowly we'll come back, tabletop pose. Getting ready for that pointer pose that we've already done once. So on all fours. Yes. The wrists are under the shoulders, knees are underneath the knees. And as you inhale, extend that left leg out behind you. Very good. Lift it up, stretch it out, breathe long and deep here. If we need to, you can always release that foot. But just do your best that as you inhale to lift up, stretch out. And if we have to, exhale to lower. With that next inhale, extend the opposite arm. This time the palm's going to face down and look up. So lifting the head, look up. Very good. Breathe long and deep like this. About 30 more seconds. Listen to your body. Give yourself that break when you need to. Maybe join us again if you feel ready. Breathe into that navel point. Stretch the body. Exhale. Feel your foundation to get steady. About 2 more breaths. Breathe deeply here. Inhale deeply now. Stretch. Exhale, slowly lower. Whatever movement feels good, you can do that. Few breaths at neutral. With an inhale, come back into tabletop pose. And with your next inhale, extend that opposite leg. Breathing long and deep here. Maybe we'll inhale to extend the opposite arm. Palm faces down, lift the chest up, lift the head up, breathe long and deep here. With each inhale, stretch the body, reach forward, press the leg back. Exhale, feel yourself get steady in the foundation. Very good. About 15 more seconds. Breathe deeply. Keep the breath moving. Inhale deep, lift. Exhale, slowly lower. Release the leg, the arm. In 1 minute, whatever feels good, do that. Child's pose. Extending the legs out, shake the legs out. Whatever feels good, just do that. But whatever you do, keep that awareness with your breath. Breathe consciously. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And slowly rise up. And we're going to stand on the knees. So just standing on the knees, we're going to extend these arms up, reaching towards the ceiling. And we want to keep these hips still. So just move the shoulders, the neck, the upper spine. And we're going to inhale as we start to move back to the left, around, and then forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. So if you were to hold a Sharpie with your hands, or if your fingers were Sharpies, we would be drawing a large circle on the ceiling. Very good. And just keep up like this. About one more minute. Very good. Breathe from that navel point. Breathe deeply. Inhale to the center, stretch up, reach up. Exhale, relax. Slowly release the arms and come to sit with both legs extended out in front. Shake these legs out. And with these legs together, press through the heels, press through the toe mounds, flex the toes back towards you. Inhale to lengthen the spine, neck lock engaged. Exhale, start to hinge forward. It doesn't matter how far forward you fold, but keep that length in your spine. When you feel that upper back starting to round, just come up a little bit. Draw the shoulders back, open the chest up, stick the chest out a little bit, and as you exhale, just allow gravity to pull you forward. If we can reach those big toes, squeeze the big toenails. Breathe long and deep like this. Each inhale, feel that you can lengthen the spine, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, press out through the legs. Let gravity pull you forward. Don't force it. Inhale deeply. Keep stretching. Suspend the breath in. Exhale now. Press all the air out. Suspend the breath out. Gently stretch. And with an inhale, slowly start to rise up. Shake it out. Shake the legs, the shoulders out. Whatever feels good. And we'll meet easy sitting pose. In easy sitting pose, the hands are on the knees. Inhale to lift these shoulders up. Exhale, roll them forward. Just a few more times like this. And inhale now. Lift up. Squeeze the shoulders up. Squeeze the spine. Open the mouth. Let it out. Shake it out. Shake out these shoulders. And keeping these shoulders relaxed, gently lower the chin towards the chest. Inhale as you slowly circle the head back and around. Exhale as the chin comes forward. Breathe into that navel point. Breathe consciously and move gently. Continue in one direction. And slowly reverse it opposite way. Inhale to the center. Stretch the spine tall, neck lock engaged, stretch up. Exhale, relax. And moving very slowly, come to lie down on your back for our final relaxation pose. After we do the relaxation, we'll have a meditation to finish the class. So lying down on our backs, allow there to be some space in between your feet. Palms face up if that feels all right. And maybe cover yourself with a blanket, keep this warmth inside. Relax the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands. Relax the legs, the thighs. Relax the hips, the spine. Just feel that you can melt into the mat. Soften the shoulder blades and the shoulders. Relax the chest, the belly, the neck and the back of the neck. Soften the face, the forehead. Let yourself relax. With each exhale, feel that you can soften a little bit more. And slowly starting to deepen the breath, moving the fingers and toes, circle the wrists and the ankles. And with a deep inhale, reaching both arms overhead, full body stretch. With another inhale, draw the knees into the chest, your arms in, give yourself a hug. Gently rock side to side, massage the spine. Come back to the center and just keep the knees in. Extend your arms to the sides like a T along the ground. And extend one of your legs, the knee that's bent into your chest. So one leg is along the ground, extended nice and long. And the bent knee that's in the chest, bring it across the body into a twist, twisting the low spine. And then with an inhale, bringing the knee slowly back to the middle, switch legs, exhale, opposite side. Come back to the middle, bring both knees in, give yourself another hug. Bring the palms together, soles of the feet touch. Rub the palms, rub the soles of your feet together, connect yourself back. And one last time, hug the knees into the chest and rock along the length of the spine if that feels all right, or just side to side. And slowly in your own way, rise up. Easy sitting pose. In the meditation is called balancing nervous energies. So it's a very powerful meditation that uses our own ability to suspend the breath. So it's really dependent on us to hold that breath in for as long as it feels comfortable. We don't want to start to feel shaky, panicked. We just want to suspend the breath while it's comfortable. So we're going to bring these hands, that right palm will be on the outside, thumb tips will touch, and we want to just put a little pressure like we're squeezing these hands together and then pushing the thumbs together a little bit. So we're not just kind of hanging out, touching, but there's a little pressure with the arms. In this position, allowing your eyes to close down. Inhale deeply, fully. Suspend the breath in for as long as it feels comfortable. And then exhale completely. Suspend the breath out for as long as it feels comfortable. But we want the suspension of breath on the inhale and the exhale to be the same. So, when we suspend the breath out, notice how long we hold it out for and just match that as you inhale. Let's begin. Don't force it. Keep the spine tall. Pressure between the hands. The hands are just in front of the heart, a few inches away. finish the cycle that you're on after you've held the breath out. When you inhale for the next time, just lowering the hands into the lap. Allow yourself to be still. Stretch these legs out if that feels better, but allow yourself to be still. Bring your awareness inside. Breathe consciously and just notice. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And to finish class, Jessy will guide us through our clearing meditation.
So we're just going to be repeating the meditation that we did at the beginning after our warm-up. Just to really let it anchor in so that you can use it in your own. So bring both palms just on top of the knees, palms facing up, hands on the knees, palms facing out. And we're going to begin just taking a few nice centering breaths, really embracing the stillness. Remembering that energy flows through you, around you, and is you. And there are certain techniques that you can use to clear your energy every day. And taking the time to clear your energy, meditate, to breathe properly, are all very strong things to help counter stress. And when you make that choice to take certain actions, such as what you're doing tonight, in every day, it will change how you're able to handle life. So inhale, welcome that right hand to come up to that left shoulder. Exhale, create that diagonal line, touching that soft spot to the right hip, and even give a little flick if you'd like to. Inhale, bringing up. Exhaling, feeling the energy clear. One final inhale up to the left shoulder. Exhale, drawing that diagonal line to the right hip. Right hand comes on top of the right knee. Inhale, left hand up to the right shoulder. Exhale, creating that clearing line. And just continuing 2 more times, exhaling or down. Left hand sits on that left knee. Right hand comes up to the right side. Inhaling and exhaling in the diagonal line across the body. Inhaling consciously, gathering energy. Exhaling, clearing energy. One more, inhaling to gather energy. Exhaling to clear energy. And keeping the right hand going. Inhale that right hand to the outside of the left shoulder, lift the left arm, and exhale, clearing the energy out the left arm. Inhale to gather energy back up to the top of the shoulder. Exhale out the arm. One more round. Inhale up. Exhale to clear. Switching sides, left hand outside of right shoulder. Inhale and exhale, clearing the channels. 2 more times. Exhale to clear. And repeating the opposite side. One final round of 3. Inhale to the outside of the left shoulder. Exhale to draw the energy away from the heart and out. Inhale to gather. Exhale, pull the tension out of the shoulder. Clear the meridians. Last one. Inhale up. Exhaling. Letting both hands come to rest. Palms facing up, fingers are together, resting on the upper thigh. Inhaling to fully expand the belly, push it out, push in the back, feel the whole diaphragm activate. And exhale to relax. Inhale to expand, to receive purifying energy. Exhale to let it land. Just about 1 more minute. Feeling the top of the head open more and more. Receiving more and more energy. And take a few more moments to yourself in this space. Just recognizing that we've had a lot of time together. We've done a lot tonight. But the few exercises of the alternate nostril breath in this meditation, there's a lot of power to it when done regularly. And the point of tonight was to remind us all of that, to be very active in your routines as far as what you do to let go of stress. That doesn't include drinking or eating or working out in a very vigorous manner, but what actually is relaxation. I always say if you have a hard time sitting in silence, it's a sign that you have stress, that you've been in stress for quite a while. So if you have a hard time, you're one of those people who always has to have music on or the radio on, it's an invitation to be in the silence, because that nervous system, that stimulation is Without it, the nervous system is confused. So we hope that you enjoyed the journey. If you're still here, thanks for still being here. And we hope that you just take some more action in everyday life to help yourself be more peaceful, so we can share more peace with people in this crazy world. So thank you so much. Satnam.
Satnam.
Om